Well, Unfiltered Podcast. Unfiltered episode here. Want to spend a couple minutes here talking about, Bayley. If you're a wrestling fan, you know who she is, obviously. Bayley. This news came down the pike over the weekend that she will be out for 9 months due to knee injury. There was a joke out there that came out that, 9 months, maybe she's pregnant, whatever. I don't know. That's kind of silly, actually. No, but it's just kind of serious. And when I saw this news, I felt bad because, for search of one about whether you don't like Billy or don't like Bayley, she should be appreciated. She really should be appreciated. And, especially through this pandemic, she's been, in my opinion, one of the MVPs of this COVID era. Look at the people in any wrestling company who's stood out, who's been the fort, who's been the stabler, who's been the foundation of keeping things relatively sane, if you will. Think of Drew McIntyre, obviously, in his title reign, and you think of Sasha Banks and Bayley, and especially Bayley. What she's done in these 15 months in keeping things, the foundation of WWE and whatnot. She should be appreciated. She really has. This also solidified her heel run, because it took a little while for people to catch on her as a heel, because for most of her career she was a babyface. She was a white meat babyface, but there were a lot of folks didn't feel like it was catching on, and they did this heel turn in late 2019, and it took a while for it to catch on. But by the time we got to the pandemic and there was no crowds there, she was able to really sharpen her gimmick and whatnot, and she's the MVP, in my opinion, of the COVID era, honestly. It sucks that, this happens literally a week before, the WWE goes back to, live crowds, beginning next week. But I also think, despite all this, and then obviously you don't want to get hurt. You obviously don't want to, get injured, and you don't want your career to be altered or whatnot. I do think, and assuming this is not as serious as we think, I think 9 months. Honestly, this is me speculating for the record. I think the 9 months thing is probably a worst case scenario. So 9 months from now puts you at WrestleMania next year, around that. Now, I do think I have a feeling we may see her sooner rather than later. Now, there's two things here the WWE can do with her going forward, because she can still work on camera while being injured, because she's still great on the stick. She's still fantastic on the stick, and she gets a lot of heat on there as well too. You saw WrestleMania this year, doing like not the hosting duties, but she was kind of like in and out of segments. She did a fantastic job with that. You can still do things with her, with her show, the Ding Dong Hello thing and all that. You can still do that. Or, which might have more value moving forward, and this is where the appreciation really comes into play here. You can keep her off TV for the next 6 months, 6 to 9 months, depending on how long she's hurt, and then bring her back maybe at Royal Rumble, if she's healthy, Royal Rumble, or bring her back around close to WrestleMania season, and maybe turn back a babyface again. I think there will be, especially with the WWE starting to bring in, bring up talent from NXT into the fold now. The next couple of weeks, Toni Storm has got called up and whatnot. You saw Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Nox wrestle on SmackDown recently. I think there'll be. And I'm not saying these girls they call up is not going to hold the fort down. I think they do a fantastic job. The NXT roster is fantastic, and these girls do a good job. But I think Bayley, to me, is someone when we look back 5 years from now, 10 years from now, she'll be an all-time great. She'll be one of the greatest women's wrestlers in history of not just the WWE, but in the entire business, because she has been utilized so well, and she's a great. She's more than a utility piece, obviously, in my opinion, but she's a great utility piece. She made Bianca Belair look like $1 million. Okay, in this feud before she got hurt. Her and Sasha, that match last year at Hell in a Cell, fantastic work. No matter what Bayley does, she always looks great. And I think when she's not there will be some, hopefully, in my opinion, I pray anyway this happens, there'll be an appreciation of what Bayley can do, what she brings to the company, and maybe she goes on another babyface run next year when she comes back. Maybe that doesn't. It doesn't have to be with the balloons and all that stuff. You have to be total white meat. But I think she could probably turn into a tweener. When she comes back. I don't know, because I'm really enjoying the heel run here though. But I think this injury could be a blessing in disguise, because it may make folks come to their senses, maybe, that are on a fence with Bayley. I don't know. You probably should be defensive anyway, because I think she's fantastic. So, but Bayley should be appreciated, man. She was the MVP, in my opinion, of the COVID era. She, no matter who she works with, she's a great worker, and she's one of the best in the company. Not as females, but it's one of the best in the company, period. Like, I look forward to her segments. I look forward to her matches. So, there's that. That's today's Unfiltered podcast. So, shout out to Bayley. Hope you get better soon, and hope to see you on TV soon. All right? Later.